Hey everybody, excuse me, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I am going to bring a project that is filled with different little bits and pieces of things that some from my recent Happy Mail package that I got from Deanna, my friend Deanna, and some well, at least one of my handmade roses. These are some of my most recent handmade roses that I did, and they really turned out pretty. I'm really happy with the way these turned out. These are my paper roses that I make. I use my little punch, my flower punch, and I've got that nearby. Here, let me grab that real quick. Okay, this is a, I believe it's a 2-inch flower punch, and this is the one that I use to make my handmade roses with. And so these were sort of the result of my most recent roses that I made, and I just really love them. They came out really beautiful. I put stickles on all of them. I think you can see them pretty much on all of these, and then I also put them on this one. I can see them, but I don't see that the sparkle is showing too much on this one, but it really is beautiful. So these are my roses that I made, and on these I used, I received some, let's see, oh, if I can grab it here, some of this Distress Oxide spray on these, and I used a bit of purple and a bit of this, I think it's picked raspberry, and I think that's mostly what's on these. And then I also, oh, you know what, I didn't, I used that in this one, and then on these I used my distressing ink, and I don't know if I have the one that I used nearby here. Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm getting right under the camera here. So this is what I used on these to color them on both sides. And I just, what I did was I actually put the flowers together first, and then I inked over them after I put them together. But if you want to see how I make these roses, I've got another video that you can view. I will post that video, the video link at the end of this video, so that you can watch that one and see how I made them. But they're really fun, really easy. If you don't have a punch, of course you can cut out your scalloped bits out of, these are made with cardstock paper, so they're pretty sturdy, but they really come out nicely, and I love using them in my projects. So I've sold some of these in my shop. I haven't put a lot of them in there. I don't know if there's any there now, but they also sell pretty well. I usually put them in packages of 2, or I guess I could put them in like packages of 4, but they really sell well. So this is a piece of wood. This is a piece of cedar, and this was a project that my husband Jeff was working on, and it didn't quite work out the way he planned, so he had actually thrown this piece of wood in the trash. And I said, what are you doing? I need that. I know I can do something with it, so I decided to go ahead and do something with it. I just covered it with a little bit of, actually I painted it with triple thick over the top of it to just give it that shiny coat. And so we're going to do something with this. I came up with a little idea, and I think it's going to be very pretty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this picture of this beautiful little girl on the inside here, just like that. I've already got it cut down so that it fits perfectly in there. So that's what you're going to see of her. So the first thing we're going to do is to go ahead and glue her down, and I'm just going to use my Jot clear glue. Hopefully the top is not blocked. And I'm just going to put just enough in here to glue it down. and not get too much ooze. And this Jot glue actually works pretty well. I haven't had any problems with it not sticking things or not working well for me, so I don't mind using it. And we'll just make sure, I think I need to get a little bit more under the top and bottom here because this picture just fits on here, and I'm afraid I didn't get enough right close to the edge here. Just enough so that it doesn't ooze, but it sticks it down. And I'm going to just tear a piece of this paper towel off, and I'm going to wipe the edges here so that there's not glue all over the inside. And I didn't put the triple thick on the back side of this. I guess I could have, but I didn't really feel like it was too necessary. So I did not do that. And I'm going to stick a little bit right here of hot glue because this edge feels like it just wants to pop up, and I don't want it to do that, so we'll just do that so that it stays down. And then later I can probably just peel that hot glue right up off of there. But for now, I'm going to put it on there so that it stays down. Okay. So there we go with that. So she's in there. And now we're just going to decorate the whole thing. We're going to embellish it and make it really, really pretty. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to put this lace around the outside of this, just sort of in the middle here. So I'm just going to take a little strip of glue. Oh shoot. And y'all know that the glue hardens really fast on wood or colder surfaces, so we're good. Okay. And then I'm just going to take it and do like this. With my corners. And these corners are mostly going to be covered up, so we don't need to worry too much about them. And I want to go sort of in the same manner on this side, so we want to turn that way. The sides right here are basically what's going to show of this lace. This is just a little piece of lace that came in my Happy Mail with my package from Deanna. And there's enough of it to do this project, and I thought it would be a nice little touch. And when that glue comes squeezing out through lace, the good thing about this is that you can rub it right off, and whatever has come through will come off. So you don't need to worry too much about that. I'm going to cut this edge off right here. And we'll get this side over there. And this corner, I'm just going to sort of cross over the top because this corner is going to be completely covered. So we don't need to worry too much about overlapping it or anything. There we go. Okay, and I think I'm going to do this top corner first. So we're going to put this little piece of, this is just a piece that was cut off of a doily. We're going to put that down first. Let me make sure I get the right side of it. The side that looks the prettiest. And I think it needs to go this way, so I'm just going to cover that with glue. And put it just like that so that it's sort of peeking over the edge a little bit. Just like that. And then I've got this pretty sparkly trim that I got from Deanna. And I think this is actually like I think it's an iron-on because it's got the shiny back to it. I'm not sure. I keep saying that, but I am gluing it on. Just going to put a little glue back there. And I want this to go right in the corner here. And so this piece, again, this is going to be my giveaway piece for my 7,000 subscriber giveaway on my YouTube channel. So what I need you guys to do is to, you have to make a comment on this video. And I think, let's see. I think what we'll do is we'll make it a magical word. So maybe like, no, just make a comment. I would love to see your comments on this. Just make a comment as to what you think about this project. And if you are one of those people that would like to win it in the drawing. So what we'll do is once January is over, in the first week of February, I will go in and do a drawing. I'll do a video, do a random drawing from YouTube, and it will randomly pick a winner. Just make one comment because it will not duplicate. So if you make 10 comments, you won't get 10 entries. So you'd be wasting your time if you're trying to get additional entries. So just make one comment, and it will randomly pick a winner. So yeah. And I think what I'd like to do is I think I'll go along the middle of this lace. I want to use some rhinestone trim on this, and this is some pretty rhinestone and pearl trim that I got from Debbie over at Kiki's Sale, and I just love this trim. It's one of my favorites, and it's a very small, it's like a 2mm pearls and rhinestones. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna go right down from here. Let me clean off the spout of this thing. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to just put a nice line of E6000, just like that. Maybe I should just go all the way around so that I can just close up my tube when I'm done. Because this E6000, it just keeps coming out if you leave it open. It's the ooziest glue I've ever used, but it works to hold rhinestones down really well. Okay. So I'm just going to gently lay this down right along that glue line and try and get it on there as straight as I can. Just like that. And I'm usually pretty good at getting my rhinestones on pretty straight. But of course I'm going to end up with E6000 all over my hands because I'm pressing this down and it's getting all over my fingers. That's okay. The good thing about E6000, honestly, is it does really roll right off. It's not hard to get off your hands. I used to have a terrible time with it because I couldn't figure out, I didn't really figure out that you could just, once it started to dry, it would just roll right off. Pretty much like hot glue. So let me get this piece straight. And this applique was one that I got from Deanna as well. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. It's got sequins and pearls, and it's just beautiful. I'm guessing this came off of a wedding dress, but I just love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And I got 3 or 4 pieces of that, so I'm excited to use it. And it makes nice a nice addition to this little corner piece up here, I think. So I did not have a hard time figuring out what to put on this because I had so many beautiful things, and I really wanted to dig into Deanna's Happy Mail bits and pieces that I got from her. So I was very excited to get started. So you can see, let me hold this up kind of sideways. That's just going along the center of the piece. Hopefully you guys can see that. And it just adds a feminine, just a really nice feminine look. With this little piece of lace, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do a little bow. Let's see, a very small bow. And I think that will be perfect. But now, to find something to tie around it so that it doesn't come apart. Ah, here we go. I have a little piece of, uh-oh, what'd I do with my scissors? Well, we'll get the bigger scissors. I have a little piece of seam binding here. We'll just use a little piece of that. And actually, I might just take that whole piece out because I may use a little bit more of this. I love this seam binding when it's curled. It just makes such nice ribbons and accent bits for your shabby chic stuff. And it's nice and narrow, so it ties around this bow perfectly. I'm just trying to make sure I get it centered. And I'll tie it in a knot. And then I may or may not use the hanging bits. I think I'm going to keep those on there. And in fact, what I think I might do is take this, and I'm just going to wind it a couple of times just to have sort of some fringy bits coming out from the bow. And I'm just going to cut these loops on both sides. And then I'll take this piece and tie it around that in the center. Okay. There we go. Get my knot. And I don't really want that bright pink in there, so we're going to cut that off. Okay, so now I've got a nice little bow and some fringe, and we're going to put that in there somewhere. I haven't decided where yet, but I knew I wanted to use that. Okay, so now that my rhinestones and pearls are kind of more set, that kind of gave me a minute to get those to start to set into the piece before I start moving on. I love this. I made this little piece from some bits and pieces that I had, and it says "Be true to you," and I just think that came out really pretty, and I thought it would be a nice accent to put across the bottom of this. So that's going to go there. So I think, you know what? One thing I do want to do, and I'm not positive, so this is kind of a maybe, but I'm going to wrap this kind of around the edge and see if I want, I was thinking I would like to do a lace ruffle trim around the outer edge of this because I thought it would make it really, it would just enhance the shabby chicness of this. So I'm just going to test it. It may be too big, I'm not sure. But I do sometimes like a bigger ruffle when I'm doing stuff like this. So we'll see. We shall see. It's pretty big, but you know what? It actually looks really cool on there. So I think I am going to put that on there. I think I am. And hopefully I don't mess up the back of that, or the front of that, while I'm doing this. So, let's see. Where do I want to start? I think I'll start up in this corner here. And we'll just start working our way around. And I'm just putting it on the back so that it's tucked away. And it'll give it a nice little finished look. And then I'll try and make sure I don't pull it too tight going around these corners because we all know that can mess up your ruffle. So I'm just going to kind of bend it a little bit and make sure I've got it right. Just like that. And then we'll put a little glue right there. That way we know that corner is good and secure. And then we'll get over to this corner. I think this is going to be really pretty, you guys. And wait till you see what I'm going to do to it in the end. I think it's going to work. I kind of tested it out already, so I pretty much know it's going to work. And I think I'm going to put one more little twist in this so that my corner looks good. Feels like it needs it on this corner. I don't know why, but and these edges on this, you can see this side's a little bit just slightly wider than this side, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. Just adds to the character. I didn't mind because it's cedar and it smells so good and all of that, so and Deanna, I just realized you're probably not going to want to, well, maybe you can give it to somebody as a gift if you get it, but I think you're allergic to cedar, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. But just so that you guys know, all of my drawings are completely random. And the YouTube's random picker program is very neutral, and it randomly goes through all of the comments and picks a winner. So there's no fudging with who will win that drawing. Not that I would ever do that anyway, because I think that would be terribly wrong. And when I do my drawings, I want the person that wins the drawing or the raffle or gets chosen, I want that person to be the winner, the first person that gets chosen. So that's the way it always should be. I got this little piece right here kind of stuck up under there. There we go. All right. And then I'm just going to take this corner right here and I'm going to sort of put it together there. Okay, so there we go. We've got our lace on there. Look at how pretty that looks. Oh my goodness. That is so pretty. All right, and then now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this piece across the bottom. Right there. And I know I've covered up some of those rhinestones, but that's okay. Okay. And then I was thinking maybe about putting this bow right there at the bottom. I think that'll look really pretty. But in the meantime, I want to go ahead and put on this flower, which is going to go right up there in the top corner. Right there. Oh, whoever gets this is going to love it. Okay, and what else do we have here? I had thought about using some of, some other colored trim, but I mean, it would be pretty kind of around there, but I don't think it really needs it. We could go around there with some. That actually looks kind of pretty. And this is a really narrow trim. Got it turned the wrong way. And if it was going down the middle like that, it actually looks really pretty. And that makes it kind of pink and purple. I don't know. You know what? I think I am going to add that because it adds an extra pop of color. And I really like that. And I'm going to go for it. Totally worth it. Okay. I'm going to put you guys on hold for just a second while I go turn down my TV because I can hear it from in here. We don't want any strikes on the channel. I don't think anybody could hear that, but I could barely faintly hear it, so I don't want to have any trouble. I'd hate for my video to get taken down for that. So we're good. All right. And I think I'm going to snip this one flower up and tuck that under that leaf. Okay, there we go. Pretty, pretty. Okay. Excuse me. And that looks pretty. And see, I was thinking that I would take this and put it right there. Isn't that pretty? I think that works. So, part of me wishes this was a little tea dyed. I don't think I have any. I've got this that could just come out from behind it. You know what? Maybe I'll do that. I think I'm going to cut this seam binding back here. I'm going to leave it around the bow, but because this bow is kind of an ivory color. And then I can take this piece, which is just a cut off from it's a cut off from the edge of another lace. And I'm just going to use this sort of as my my fringier pieces. And maybe what I could do is I could even tie a little piece of this around the bow. Yeah, we'll do that. And that way it's covering up that white seam binding. Yeah. Okay. There we go. We've got our knot. And let me make sure my bow is good. And I'm just going to kind of fluff the bow so that both loops show. And then we've got this little bit here, which is our fringe, and I'm just going to kind of fold that, I think, and put it behind here, just like that. Make sure I pull it over so it doesn't cover up our little girl's pretty face. There we go. And then the bow will go right there. And voila! That looks really pretty. Okay, and then maybe what I can do is in the center of that, I have a little flower here. I'll put a little, just a little white flower in the center of that bow. And then we'll take this bow and put it down here. Although the colors are a little off on that. You know what we can do? Maybe we could put one of those in the center there. Let's see. I could take that and put it, no, do not want that. Or maybe just a pink one in the center. Nope, I don't want it to match those other ones. Okay, Carol, make up your mind. Yeah, it's just this piece right here that kind of doesn't work. Oh, I'm bummed. I'm going to try something different. Maybe we'll just put... No, that doesn't look good either. Well, goodness. I'm going to put this tag in here too. It says, "My life is my message." And I'm just going to tuck that in under this leaf here. Just like that. You guys know me and my inspirational quotes. I've got to have them. Maybe what I can do is I'm going to take and cut. I kind of hate to do this, but I'm going to cut this ribbon underneath to get rid of that dark color. And maybe if I take and cut, getting creative here, you guys. I'm going to cut these two little bits of purple lace, and I'm going to glue them right there on each side. After I glue my finger to it. And we'll get this one on the other side. Right there. And that's going to go right there in the middle after I get off that oozy piece. And I don't want to cover up the tag that's on there, so I'm just scooting that down just a little bit. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And maybe one more flower, and I've got these flowers here as well, and I'm thinking maybe even just a couple of these might be pretty thrown in there. I got these from Gail over at 504. No, I really kind of like my paper flower. This one is gorgeous, but that might be a little too much. This one's a little bit simpler. The white, I think, is too white. And then I've got this one. Nope. Now I'm starting to wonder if this is too big, though. This one actually looks good. I think I'm going to put this one in there. There we go. Decision made. Okay, now the last, well, not the last piece. There's one more bit after this, and then we will be done. I am going to add a little stickles to this little flower here. And a little bit on this lace. Just because I can. Okay, and maybe a little bit over here, just to bring some stickles down to the bottom. Actually looks kind of pretty on these little dangly bits on this bow too, so I'm just going to drag some down. And I'm just putting ever so little stickles on this. I'm not letting a whole lot come out of the container here. Okay. A little bit on these flowers. All right, that's it for the stickles. This is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Oh my gosh, I am in love, and I hate to give this away because I want to keep it myself. But I won't. Maybe he'll ruin another piece of wood and I can make something for myself next time. Okay, so that is it, you guys. Maybe what I need to do is peel back my white. And excuse my other, look at this. It's got slices and dices in it and all of that, but you guys can see this a little bit better if I take that white out from behind it. So that is what it looks like. And in fact, I'll pull away a little bit. There we go. And there you go, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. I have to hang it with something. And I have a perfect piece of lace here if I can get it away from that other piece. Okay, I've just got this little scalloped lace. I'm going to put this over the... Oh, this is not it, you guys. I forgot the very last part that is so important. So let's get this lace on here real quick. I need to make sure I get enough glue on there that this does not come off. And this is super lightweight, you guys. This is not a heavy wood. So it'll be super lightweight to hang on the wall, and this glue is going to hold it just fine. And let's just get a nice dollop over here. Let me make sure I've got it going in the right direction. I'm trying to press this down without touching the stickles on the other side of this. A little bit awkward. Okay, and then I need a little more glue right here. Just to finish gluing that bit down. Okay, there we go. And I'll just put that sideways so you can see. That will hang it on the wall. And last but not least, what I'm doing with this is I've got this little thing of lights, and it's multicolored lights. And I thought what I would do is sort of string these. This should be okay if I kind of set it down gently. String these around the inside, and that way if you've got it hanging on a wall and you've got company coming over, it's a lit up pretty little decoration. Or you could hang it in the bathroom as sort of almost like a nightlight. I don't know, silly things. It's the silly things that I do. I like night lights a lot. So I think that's why I make so many of like my bottle night lights and things, because I really do love them. I think they, especially when you're having company, and I've got this all tangled up, so of course. But when you're having company over and you want to, you know, have something pretty hanging in your bathroom or setting on your mantle or something like that, I just think a lit up thing is always cool. So I'm just going to take these, and hopefully, the only thing about this, doing this, is that now you've got sort of clumps of glue on the inside, but who cares? Nobody's going to see that, right? So I am not too worried about that. And it doesn't have to be glued down completely all the way around, you guys. It really doesn't. Just put little dots of glue here and there and press those little bits down and you'll be good to go. And I'm probably going to have to wait until it gets a little darker, because we're still early in the afternoon here and it's very light, and I've got really way too much light in this room to be able to show you guys what it's really going to look like, because it's going to be a subtle light. You know, it's not going to be like super bright or anything. It's going to be very subtle, but very pretty, I think. And like I said, I tested this actually last night when I was playing around with the whole idea of this, and it looked really pretty behind that photo. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start winding this around. Go putting my head in the camera again. Doggone it. I always want to cut those parts out of my videos because I just hate when I stick my head in there. And I need another piece of glue. And the good thing about these lights, I can actually press those lights right down into the glue, and it doesn't hurt them. They'll stay right there, and where the lights are, it will actually stick down a little bit easier. Oh, I picked that one up too soon. Spoke too soon. Oh my goodness. I get too anxious and I try and hurry to get these stuck down so I can get the rest of them done. And let me just glue these wires down a little bit in this corner. Probably what I should do is I should take like a little piece of fabric or something and put the glue down over the wire and then glue the fabric down, and it will stick right away and won't let the wires pull away. That would probably have been a smarter thing to do. Didn't think about that till now though. And I feel like I need a little bit more lights up in this end, and then I've got a couple more to go down here and we'll be all set. And it's okay if they're kind of going across the middle too. It probably is a good idea to have some. I'm going to take this little piece of lace and I'm going to glue that down. Man, I wished I had thought of that sooner. Okay, and we'll just put that section down, and I think I have a little piece of lace here. We're going to use that to our advantage. Just like that. Okay, and then we've got our little box here. I'm going to turn off my lights. I don't know if this is going to show up now, but if it doesn't, I'll just do another ending to this video. And you guys can stick around and just watch the part after this if you don't see the lights lit up. I just have a feeling it's not going to show up enough. It shows up good on the bottom side, but I don't think it's going to show up enough on the front side for you guys to get a good idea. And see, this can pop right inside there and it will be just fine. Just like that. And then you can hang it up. Okay. Well, you can kind of see it, but not really. So that's, yeah. I'm going to have to do another, because you can see like this one light here that's showing you. I can see the lights through here. See, especially if I push them down or what have you. But when it's a little darker, I will do another piece of the video and show you guys what it looks like all lit up. You can kind of see it there, not a lot, but this is a really, really pretty piece, you guys, and whoever wins this is going to be ecstatic. Especially if you're into the shabby chic stuff or you need a gift for someone who loves shabby chic. This one, nobody is going to have another one. It's unique. It's really, really pretty, and I'm super, super pleased with the outcome of this one. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to make your comments down below. You got to make that comment if you want to be entered into the drawing. And give this video a thumbs up. And good luck to everybody. As far as the drawing is concerned, I wish you all the best of luck. And don't forget, I've also got my, oh look, it got dark outside for a minute. Look, you guys, you get to see the lights better. So that's what it looks like. It's so pretty. It is so, so pretty. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to add another piece to this video. I think it's good the way it is. I think you guys can get a really good look at it right now. And I got lucky. The skies got a little gray outside and it took the sun down just enough that the lights started popping through. So that was God's little way of giving me a break. So anyway, you guys, make sure you do all those things. Thank you so much for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. And I have the best subscribers around. I'm so lucky. I've made so many friends of so many of you. And I have a couple of people, my friend Sachi, who I need to get some of her pictures printed. She has made so many different things. She's a subscriber that's been watching my channel for a little while now, and she has started her own business selling her crafts and things. And so she and I have been keeping in touch via email, and she has sent me some beautiful pictures of her projects. So I'm going to put some of those up. My friend Becky has sent me pictures of some of her projects. I want to get those up. And my friend Kim, if she'll let me post some of her pictures. I've got some awesome pictures of some ornaments and things that she did at the holidays. But I have to ask her permission to put those up. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much. Have a great day. God bless and take care of yourselves. And I know I didn't do an inspirational quote today. I'm sorry, you guys. I totally forgot it. But there will be one in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.